A couple of bending exercises, fairly simple. The first one is based on a major scale. The second one, slightly more advanced, is based on intervals. And then the third concept that shows you slightly more advanced things on bending, where you can actually go in between the notes, in between even the semitones. So let's just start with a very basic one. I'm sure you've seen this before, where you play a major scale on a single string backwards. I'm not playing C major on the second string, starting from the C at the 13th fret. So I'll be playing C, B, A, and so on. F. Okay. So now what I will do, I will be playing the first note, and from the second note I will be bending up the string to match that note. And then again from the second note I'll go back to the third one and I will try to match that note. Of course, the trick here is to be as precise as possible and to actually listen very well to the pitch of the first note you play. So this is the exercise. You can make it slightly more interesting just by using what's called a backwards bend. Backwards bend is, or reverse bend, is when you pre-bend the string and actually then bend from the higher note down to the lower note, so like this. So I've pre-bent the string and I've come down to the original not bent note, so to speak. So slightly more challenging, but again, give it a try, and it's all about being positive about it. So keep doing it until you get it right, and try and record yourself. That's very important, so that you actually hear if you are bending properly, if the two notes match in terms of pitch. So the second way of approaching this is just by playing intervals. So let's say I'm going to start again from a C, and then I'm going to approach that note from half step below. Then I'll do the same from a whole step, so 2 frets down. Then again I'll add another half step, and so on. I mean, it can get quite challenging depending also how your guitar is set up, how much you can bend, how many semitones you can bend. And you can try this from any notes of the fretboard. Again, you can then use the pre-bend, the reverse bend, to make it slightly more challenging for yourself. The third exercise is actually about trying to get in between the semitones. You can use, in our system, the smallest interval is the semitone, but there are other cultures where rather than 12 notes you have 16 notes in their system, so you actually have notes that are smaller than a intervals that are smaller than a semitone. And again, it's about trying to experiment with the bending. So you are actually able to target those notes in between the semitones, the interval, the small interval we have. So again, it's all about experimenting, trying out, and again, record yourself so you are then listening back with a kind of unbiased ear.